In this video, I'm going to be giving my haunted mansion a few updates. Stay till the end because I'm going to be making a massive trick-or-treat scene. Around this time last year, I took 2 of these Mystery Mansion sets, as well as the Spooky VIP add-on pack, put it all together and made something spooky and terrifying. I also used pieces from my own collection, as well as a few CMFs, and I thought this is a good time of year to give this a little bit of an upgrade. To change up the mood of this video, I turned off my room lights and am only using my ring light and a few spotlights. I'm also using a black table and a black background. Overall, I'm really happy with how this project turned out, but if there was one thing that I would say is missing is a trail, something in the front of this mansion. So last year I had this small trail where I had Scooby-Doo and the gang approaching the front gate. There was also a pizza delivery guy. I guess this zombie kid ordered pizza. Well, zombies gotta eat. But anyway, that's what I want to focus on first and foremost, is creating a dirt path. And not only in front of the front gate there, but extending all the way from the greenhouse to the shed. Also going to be using pieces from a couple of the Halloween VIP add-on packs. Some of these pieces will come in handy for my upgrade. I do plan on using these wrought iron fences. We've got this skeleton guy, a dark gray cat, these brown arch pieces where I can add to my trees, some leaves, vines, and definitely could go for more spiders and bats. I'm going to let you in on a secret. It involves the connection of this fence to the brown rounded plate at the bottom there. Same goes for this side. So the connection that I've got right now is illegal because this fence needs to go at a 45-degree angle and it's not. So I'm going to need to straighten that out so that I can start my dirt path outside here. And I think I've come up with a solution with some wedge plates. I've completely removed my front gate and fence so I could start on my plate work, which I have here. And in order to connect all of these little plates together, I figured I can put in some jumper plates and add some dead vegetation. There, just like that. I also want to add some thickness to the trunk of the tree. So I plan on using this piece from the Halloween VIP add-on pack and putting it right here. I also want to secure my tree branches better because they're easy to fall off. Tree trunk has been beefed up. The branches are more secure. There's more vines added to the tree, and I even found a place for that dark gray cat. I will be getting to that trail very soon, but before I do, I want to get this fence put back into place, but I want to give this side the same treatment as I did over here with the dead vegetation and improved connection for the fence below the tree. And this tree just looks subpar compared to this one, so let's give it a little bit extra height and give it an upgrade. I had so much fun building this tree. This is now the bat tree with 5 hanging bats. The other tree over there was the cat and spider tree. So I think it looks good, maybe even better than my first one. And look at that. I've got the fences connected to the bases, all legal connections, and ready to move on. Here's a look at the ghouls flying around the clock tower. I do have some minifigures stowed away inside the mansion. I'll show that to you a little bit later. And stick around till the end of the video because I'm going to add a lot of trick-or-treaters to the scene. I built this moon and considered attaching it to the back, but I didn't have all of the quarter circle tiles to complete it in the flame yellowish orange color. The first layer of dirt trail is placed down. Now I just need to figure out what I'm going to put on this layer to connect all of the plates. I laid down some concrete in front of the front gate And I'm also creating a secondary perimeter of fences. And all of those fences came from the Halloween VIP add-on pack, which I've now opened 3 of them. It's not uncommon for me to break down sets just for their pieces. Like this one, I needed these brown wedge plates to use here. So broke down this one just for those wedge plates. I think this is a pretty cool design for a tombstone. It's a 4-piece design, and I'll attach this Nexonite shield to that snot brick. And I've got 3 of them over here with some buried graves. Looks like they didn't bother filling in this middle grave. Poor soul. Well, anyway, that helps me attach some of the brown plates. Well, this one's not attached yet. I've got the fence pieces tiled over and connected. I've also done some landscaping work here as compared to what it was beforehand. Looked like this. So just filling in some gaps here and making things a little bit more finished. I'm also going to change out these gray frog statues. That was from last year's Spooky VIP add-on pack. And I'm going to use these dragon statues instead that I pieced out from a Ninjago set. I think those statues look good. Similarly, I've done the same thing on this side with the statues and the landscaping. Next, what I'm going to do to finish off my connections with all the brown plates is adding a bunch of stones for a stone pathway. Now this trail is going to make things difficult for me to move this whole build from table to table or room to room, but I think it was essential that I put this out in front, this area for minifigures to be displayed and to be the highlight, the focal point in the foreground. Now I can still detach, the greenhouse and the shed to make this a little bit smaller to manage picking it up. But the walkway will be a little bit fragile. But again, I'm very happy with it. Now, last year's video on this haunted house got 95 likes. So I'm trying to surpass that. So please help me out there. And if this video gets double that amount, 190 likes, I'm going to double the size of this mansion for next Halloween. I promised to show you interior details, so let's start inside the shed. There are 3 rooms and a shed on the east wing, and in that shed is a ghostly knight sharpening his axe. Up above in the attic space is an infestation of spiders, which they're getting through this big gap in the roof. Now, down below here, we've got a kitchen infested by rodents and a zombie. Up above him is a bathroom, broken down, of course, with a ghost. And up above him are the twins in their bedroom. Moving on to the central tower, that's where I have my motor and battery box. Also, if you give this a spin, it should reveal Miss Dracula. Anyway, down here is the only new addition for this year. I've got this boy looking anxiously, wondering if he's going to get any trick-or-treaters this year, or if they're all going to be too scared to come to the front door. He's all ready with candy and a whole barrel full of eyeballs. The west wing is where you'll find Count Dracula. This is his bedroom, and he's peering out his balcony door. Down below that is a study with a custom-built bookshelf. And then off to the side of the west wing is the greenhouse, where there's vine-type monsters growing and living in here. This is the part where I add the trick-or-treaters, and I'm adding a lot. I'm getting the trick-or-treat baskets from the Series 14 skeleton guy, because I think they look so cool. You gotta love Series 14. Now it's time to check out the trick-or-treat scene, starting at the front gate, where you've got the zombie kid opening the front gate doors to manage congestion. He's limiting the number of parties that can go in at one time. This guy in the skeleton outfit is already a bit freaked out because it looks like a real zombie. Those three teenagers are waiting their turn. It looks like the guys from Wizard of Oz already got their eyeballs. So you got the Scarecrow and Lion. They're kids dressed up in costumes. The Tin Man and Dorothy are the parents. This guy in the robot suit, he's just doing a robot dance to entertain the crowd while they wait. Now there's some figures I couldn't fit into the dirt trail, but there's a couple of familiar faces. The Acorn Boy and his older brother in a dinosaur costume are there. Here's another party with Little Red Riding Hood and her mom, Lady Liberty. Back behind Lady Liberty is Ronald McDonald, I believe. Although it's not a really good costume, but no one's here to judge that, except for the guy behind him. No, really, he's a judge. And is that Abraham Lincoln with his son, the devil? We've got a hot dog guy with his wife. His wife may be pregnant, but don't ask. And then these guys are probably in college. They're a little bit too old to be trick-or-treating, but they're here anyway. The Red Brick is also here with his grandma. And then moving on to the other side, we have a pair of stormtroopers escorting Princess Leia and an Imperial officer. Then in this party, we've got a group of 4 kids being escorted by their grandpa, President Business there. There's some guys in costumes here. They don't have trick-or-treat baskets, but don't worry, they can put it in the trunk of their car, right? Over here we have Johnny Thunder investigating whose grave this was, but really he should be more interested in this alien behind him, because he's not here for trick-or-treating. He's actually an alien. And then back behind the alien is just a young couple, a baseball player and this woman who is very uncomfortable in this cactus suit. And finally, the Green Brick family have arrived fashionably late, but not in this fashion. We've got our costumes on and are ready for the party. Count Dracula is spectating the crowd from his balcony, and he's probably trying to determine which poor soul he's going to feed upon this evening. Well, that does it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, and talk to you soon.